Sometimes feeling worthy takes strength. Sometimes you have to be strong in order to feel worthy. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bendy, and here on this channel we practice flexibility of the mind, body, and spirit. Today I want to talk about something that is so vital to our success when it comes to success in our careers. This is important when it comes to success within our relationships and our goals. This is important. And what I'm going to talk about is our sense of worthiness. Now, when you hear that, you may think, that's not my problem. I'm trying to figure out how to get where I want to be, but worthiness is not my problem because I have my goal. I'm aiming high. I'm worthy. And I've always been a very big dreamer. If you know me personally, you know that I've always set my goals very high. And what I have learned in my life from setting my goals so high but not having a correlating sense of worthiness is that there are a lot of subconscious beliefs that go into your sense of worthiness. So I want to break this down a little bit. So when you consider worthiness, it's definitely one part what you believe you deserve, but another part of worthiness is what you subconsciously believe to be a vibrational match to your experience. So I think the best way that I can explain this is with an example of somebody who wants to be an actor. I'm going to use acting as an example because I went to school for theater. I'm friends with a lot of actors and a lot of former actors. So I would like to talk about worthiness in this example. So a person may say, I'm going to be an actor. I want to be an actor, because they know that they are talented and that they are a good actor. So they may make that decision for their life to pursue that field. So they believe that they deserve the title of being an actor. So they are confident within that. But when you're pursuing this career, there are a lot of opportunities to really test your own self-worth. So for example, auditioning. You may believe that you are an actor and you may be very confident, but then you get to an audition and you're in a room of 100 other people who are the same type as you. They have the same skin tone, the same hair, the same light behind their eyes when they smile. They literally are a room of 100 doppelgangers. So you were so confident before this audition, but then you walk in and you're shaken. Or let's say the audition goes well and that you progress in your career and then you get the opportunity to be a lead on a Netflix series. So now all of a sudden, you know, your career was awesome, but you don't truly believe that you have the talent or the charisma, or you just don't believe yourself worthy, period, to be broadcast to everyone's computer and everyone's phones from the click of a button. You believe that you're worthy of being an actor, but you don't believe you're worthy of being a household name. So when it comes to our goals, the picture that I'm trying to paint is that when we decide that we are going to pursue something within our life, we need to understand that we're not just asking for that end goal. There is a journey, and along this journey, it is our responsibility to check in with ourselves when our worthiness is being challenged. Going back to the acting example, a lot of the people who I've witnessed give up acting or who have chosen to not pursue it anymore, who believe that they've failed, the reason that they're no longer in that career pathway often has nothing to do with their acting ability, which is the ironic part. A lot of the times, the self-sabotage can come from anywhere. It can come from not going to work and then not making enough money to pay rent. So all of a sudden you have to move from New York, but then you go home and you say, I failed, I didn't make it as an actor. Or when you get to an audition, because you're nervous, you decide to gossip with other people. A director hears and he no longer wants you in his production because he doesn't like drama. That's another way to self-sabotage. There are so many different ways that we can choose to self-sabotage simply because we don't believe that we're worthy of the current situation we're finding ourselves in. So that's something that you definitely want to think about and stay conscious of. Remember, if you tell the universe that you want something, it hears you. So it's going to put you in different situations that will, one, get you closer to the thing that you desire, but also test your worthiness. Because the thing that we desire, we don't really know what it feels like to have that thing, or else we'd already have it. So we don't know all the different parts of that desire. So a part of our journey is learning how to be the person we need to be worthy of that desire, worthy to ourselves, that is. I want to give you a really quick example because I'm just so stinking proud of her. My little sister, she moved into her first apartment last week. And remember when I told you guys that when something really good happens, because your vibration skyrockets, something not so good may happen afterwards to kind of bring you back to the vibration that you normally have? It happened to her. She moved and she was so excited. It's her first apartment after college. And then when she got to the apartment, it was like horrible appliances. There was a bug infestation. One of the windows was shattered. Her apartment was all the way in the back. It was like completely different from the model apartment that they showed her and her roommate. And it was disgusting. It was a hot mess. And she won't get mad at me for saying that because those are her words. So she was so upset and so distraught. Her heart was broken. And you know, I'm her big sister, so I wanted to like fix everything for her, but I was just like, this is her first real life problem and I gotta let her work it out for herself. But of course I was there to give advice, but whatever. So she could have definitely just said, well, these are the cards that I've been given. It does not matter how I feel I should be living because this is what happened and I'm just gonna make the best of it. She definitely could have said that. But her original goal was to move to this city, live a certain type of lifestyle because she went to school and she got a degree in something where she can afford a certain type of lifestyle, okay? So she said, I'm moving to the city, I'm living this type of lifestyle, and this is how I want things to be. Her happiness didn't necessarily depend on these things, but she just saw her life being a certain way. And the condition of this apartment did not line up with that. So instead of accepting, she knew what she was worthy of. So she didn't do a lot. She didn't really fight too much against her the management, but she did say, this is unacceptable. I do not want to live here. And the management was very unresponsive. They did not really show that they wanted to help her or her roommate out at all, that they really wanted to make up for the conditions that they'd put her in. And from the outside, from the 3D world, if anyone else was watching the situation, they'd think there was no hope. And then she gets a call from corporate, and corporate says, we're going to move you to a sister property. She's moving tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Yeah, so she's moving to this new property the day after tomorrow. And this happened because her vibration skyrocketed, and then it was brought down by this really crappy thing happening. But what saved her, what kept her vibration where it was supposed to be, and even raised it a little bit higher, was her sense of worthiness. Her sense of worthiness and her faith that this universe put her here for a reason and was not going to let her live any type of way. There was so much she could have done to make a big deal about the conditions of the apartment. That she could have yelled, she could have fought, she could have done so much, and she would have been justified because it was a horrible situation. But I'm so proud of her because she kept her composure, she controlled her energy, and she focused on the solution. And the solution was rooted in her self-worth. Sometimes feeling worthy takes strength. Sometimes you have to be strong in order to feel worthy. When we don't feel worthy, we are making ourselves weak. So we have to harness our inner power, reclaim our power, because when we don't feel worthy of something, we are denying our own birthright. When we don't feel worthy of something, we are out of alignment with our higher self, because worthiness of anything on this planet is our birthright. We are worthy of anything that we want. So when we feel unworthy of things, we are taking away our own power. So in order to restore that power within ourselves, sometimes we need to harness our inner strength. One lesson that I had to learn about worthiness and that I am using now is remembering that what I want comes first. I always ask myself, what do I want? And then continue from there. Before I found my sense of worthiness, I would be okay with situations being however they were, or compromising what I knew I wanted myself for the sake of others, and then putting together scraps and figuring out how I could put together these scraps to find a sense of happiness. And as you can guess, that never worked out. So ask yourself first, what do I want? When somebody asks you to make a commitment, ask yourself, what do I want? When you're in a position when you need to figure out how to get a new job, even if your finances aren't looking the way that you want, the first question you ask is, what do I want? Because sometimes we don't feel like we are worthy of exactly what we want. And if we don't feel like we're worthy, our energy is not going to work for us. It's going to work against us because we're putting thoughts out that we don't deserve things to be the way that we want them to be. So the first question to always ask yourself is, what do I want? And then go from there, not the other way around. All right, you guys, that is all I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video because I really enjoyed making it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up so other people know that it was valuable and that they should watch it. Please, 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 please leave me a comment to let me know what you thought about this video, because I want to talk to you. I want to know who's out there. I want to know who's watching. So please leave a comment to let me know what you thought. And last but not least, if you are not subscribed, if you are not a part of the Brown and Bendy family, please subscribe so that you can be around for my next video. I adore you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.